Welcome back to the garage, guys. We're raining out, so I figured I'd go ahead and clean out the pan that I use for the Miller table. You know, the tailings off of that. Plus I got my somewhat of a bucket of a tailings. Got that pan's pretty full. Bucket of tailings. This is what came out of Miller table pan, but version 2.0, my cleanup system, I think I'm going to run this better. I like it better because this acts as a header box, and the Adventure Sluice just sits right in there and sticks to that chalkboard paint that's on the Miller table. But it's at the perfect angle, it's running beautifully, so I think that this is how I'm going to do my cleanups from now on with this system here, and I can use the battery and the control box to dial it in, but I'm getting that perfect V, that perfect flow down through there. But yeah, so I figured I would just go ahead and run it in a little bit, and I'll run my cons a second time, and plus what's left over from the Miller table. And there's gold in here, I know, I've seen it, so flighty gold floods. So, but yeah, let's get to it, guys. Go for it. Shoveling it in there, letting her do her thing. This is a mix of magnetics and nothing separated or classified like I normally do. I figure I'll just run it one good time. We'll clean up in between runs, you know, as I see it get filled up or whatever. No problem. This is sitting at about 8 degrees. It's about perfect 8 degrees when it's sitting here, so. Just never really liked my other system where I had the hose stuck in a bucket. It worked well, you know, but I never felt like I got the correct flow that I was looking for. To be able to power through, and then what I can do, and then setting up from the cleanup sluice back to the Miller table, this will just make it much more easier. I'll put something across here to level the Miller table out right, and use the legs to really get it perfect, and then I don't have to swap. It doesn't take so much time to swap over from cleanup sluice to final cleanup and panning. You know, I can pull this out and go right into panning in the container. Yeah, we're getting down through the pan, guys. Another thing you could do too is you could take this whole setup, a setup like this remotely somewhere where there's not a lot of running water or no running water, and as long as you can get water in the tub, you could sit here and just run it as a recirculating sluice. You know, classify your material down and just run it as a recirculating sluice. I'm using it as a cleanup, but you know, that's an option too in places where you know you don't have running water nearby. You can just take this whole setup somewhere and just run it that way. But yeah, it's chewing through it no problem. Just basically acting as a header box for the Adventure Sluice, and then all I have to do is pick this up, clean it out. When I'm done, set up the Miller table, and then clean up, you know, the fine stuff. So yeah, awesome. Running real well now. Chewing down through it, guys. Getting down through it. Little Adventure Sluice, let me tell you something. I know it ain't the fastest, most graceful, exotic thing in the prospecting world, but that thing is just, it's a neat piece of equipment to have in any prospector's arsenal. You take that in a pan, you go out to a creek, river, or whatever. I mean, you're going to process more material faster with an Adventure Sluice than you will panning it out. It just shortens down the amount you have to get through, but such a neat little sluice design. But as well, even the unicorn acts as like a indicator. But we got shotgun pellets in the riffles. I'll pick those out, put them in with the collection. You've got 3 different types of mat types. got the micro cells, you got the Cape Disappointment, Cape D cells, and then you got the mini mat cells. So 3 different types of cells to catch with. Use it as a cleanup sluice. You can use it as a standalone sluice, travel sluice, throw it in a backpack. Very, very, very simple setup.
We grabbed the shotgun pellets out of here. Not seeing any gold, but that doesn't mean it ain't there.
But that's, when it comes to cleaning up cons, I'd prefer not to see any gold, honestly. I mean, I expect it from the Miller table because you'll lose it going down the Miller table, some of the flightier stuff. But this right here has been run through the Adventure Sluice once already, so I'm running it again just to double check. Always keep your cons after your cleanup cons, put them in a bucket. Rainy day, wintertime, whatever, rerun them. You just never know. And allows me to play around with different setups too. But yeah, we'll slow this guy down. We'll pick them shotgun pellets out of there. You're double checking your cleanup is basically what you're doing. If you find a lot of gold in your cleanup cons, then you need to rethink how you're cleaning up your gold, especially when you're dealing with stuff like fine gold. When you're dealing with real fine gold, if you got a lot of gold left over, you want to change your setup somehow. You got to clean up better because you're going to lose it if you just dump your cons, your cleanup cons, which I don't do. Like I said, I rerun it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to clean this. I'm going to dump this into a bucket. I'm going to get this in the cleanup bucket, and then I'll get it set back up, and we'll run the other half. Back to shoveling it in there, guys. Way easier to clean up this way. Without even breaking a sweat, went through all that half bucket of cleanup cons, no problem. Easy, just pick this up, and it, like I said, it just sticks to this Miller table like glue, so instead of finagling it with the buckets and the hose coming in, I already have it set up, ready to level off and then do the cleanup with, so yeah, that's awesome. And then I can just pull this out and pan right in the tub. A lot less moving parts, I guess you could say, but it runs really good. This is out of that last run on the Adventure Sluice, so we'll see if there's any gold in it. The other one's mixed. I know there's gold in there because I saw it from. That's all right.
Put my eyes on.
See what we got.
Rolling it back. Not even a micro. Nothing, zero. That makes me happy. That makes me happy because I know we're catching it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not even micro in there. Good. I like it. Dream mat, I'm telling you. Way to go. All right, guys, we know there's gold in here, like I said a million times probably. I'm just gonna pan this out because I did mix the one cleanup. With the other, and I probably should have separated it, but it's all right. Let's run her back. Couple nice flakes right in there. Bing bing.
But again, that's from the Miller table. A lot of fine gold right in there. Oof.
To get you guys to try to see it in here. You can see the gold. It's super, super fine all the way in through there. Well, there we go, guys. A little half smile. I mean, but that's super, super fine. You probably, you know, there's a couple little flakes in there, but that's just some real super fine. And I expected to see that out of the Miller table because, you know, when it's running, it's hard to catch it all, but I'm still playing around with it, but super, super fine. There it is, guys. Cons cleanup on a rainy day. All right, gang. Well, simple enough. And this is just my little cleanup cart that I got right here. But you know, it just doesn't take much to rerun your cons. You know, once you run them a couple of times and you're sure there's nothing in there, you know, then you can discard it. But you know, if it's a rainy day outside, why not? Something to do, right? I appreciate you guys watching. Got any comments, hit a like button, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. GoPro, stop recording.